and viewers. Welcome to Startup Kitchen Talk, where we discuss startup apprentices becoming master chefs. My today guest is somebody who calls startup as herself. Let's start it. Welcome, Marketa Uhrova from the Accelerator. Start it.
Hello.
Before we launch into the topics, we start with a little game.
Great.
And that game is, I'm going to show you a picture.
Yeah.
And you're going to tell me on this TV, and you're going to tell me where is any startup in that and what is the association with your portfolio.
Okay, I'm ready.
And to be honest, like 100% correctness, my guests have never seen the pictures I'm about to show her. So let's start it. And you can, by the way, count how many times I say start it.
Okay, this could be Deep Metchem.
Deep Metchem, yes.
Yes, from our cohort, yes, startup.
From our cohort. Where is the startup in that?
Yeah, it's the pharmacy industry.
Is the pharmacy industry. Okay, well, that was fast. The second one.
Okay. Oh, I'm thinking really hard.
You know dinosaurs by any chance? Any, like, which kind is this one?
Tyrannosaurus?
Yes, and the abbreviation is...
I'm sorry.
It's T-Rex and it's Trex and it's in the warehouse.
MotionTrex?
Yes, it's MotionTrex.
Okay.
And where's the startup in that?
It was Alexmia. Yeah, in that.
This one.
It's in actual cohort.
It's
well.
in cohort.
Yeah.
And the next one will be easier.
Yeah, it's Alexmia. Yes, it's
Alexmia.
Ducks equipment.
And then the last one, we got two more. And this is anyone wants any toast? So where's startup in this?
Okay. Trying to think.
The process of baking bread.
Process of baking bread. Yes, Kváseček.
Kváseček, the sourdough starter, yes.
Yes, it was a long time ago.
And the last cute participant.
Yes, it's green wool. It's equipment for flowers from the wool.
Yes, thank you very much. That's all. And I think we got only one wrong, right?
Yes.
And the rest was good. So that's, I think you're a winner of this competition. We've seen sourdough starter, we've seen shiwi, the document, dog leashes.
Yes.
Tell me, how do you see startups? Because all of that was representant as of your portfolio that went through the Started Acceleration Program. Not some of them, not usually the 10x growth future unicorn.
Yeah.
Some of them may be unicorn shaped breads. So where do you see startups? How do you define it?
Yeah, I have a little bit different definition maybe as others, because it's not only the deep tech for me. It's any kind of innovation which help people to do things better, faster, cheaper, it doesn't matter, but it can be better paper and pencil. It's not necessary to be the software. So that's the reason why we are not in one kind of industry like fintech, maybe because we are from CSOB, but you can do whatever you want. And if we find out that it's a fine innovation for somebody and you have a good market fit, why not?
So you say that the innovation itself doesn't have to be rooted in technology.
Yes.
Exactly. So where do you think that innovation grows from?
From the mind of the founder, and from this necessity of maybe his life or life of his bubble, and then he has to check it out if there is more people who has the same necessity to use it, of course. But usually I think it comes from their minds or their business.
Their own need that they lived with and decided to improve something.
Yeah, that's correct.
Very often we see financial institution going into, fintech. You've got some representatives of that as well, but, we've seen so many other kinds of innovation in your portfolio. Why does a financial institution such as the CSOB, which is Czechoslovak Business Bank,
Yes,
right?
correct.
Why should financial situations support such innovation that aren't necessarily gonna, be used for fintech?
Yeah, because we are supporting business as in base. So it doesn't matter if it belongs to our portfolio, like for the fintechs, because it's not only for the bank, but probably it could be for our clients or for our suppliers or for Czech Republic as itself.
And do you ask those, bank clients if they're gonna need something like that?
Yes, I think bankers ask them, and we also ask our colleagues to give us anything what they need, what their clients are asking for, maybe. So it's a kind of system. It's not only me and Started, and it's also in other programs in the bank, but Started our innovation from the whole world or the whole Czech Republic.
In the past, you told me that you see started Accelerator or any startup acceleration based in validation.
Yes.
Product validation, not, personal validation. And that's something that you really teach during the 5-month acceleration program. How do you do that? Do you use carrots and sticks?
Yes, of course, always, because we are based on a feedback, and the feedback must be not only sugar, but sometimes you have to be not very kind to the people, and you have to tell them the truth. And the truth can be, okay, you go out and ask the people if they want it. This is the validation. You have to talk to your clients, and you have to listen to the clients. And you don't need to love the project, but the thing you are inventing, but your clients have to love it, and you have to listen what they need and what they will pay for.
And so practically speaking,
Yes.
How do you teach it? Do you push them to go to the streets and ask around?
Yeah, usually in the Accelerator program, they already did it, and they talk to their clients because they has to know it already. But yes, if they didn't do it, we kick them out on the street and tell them, ask them a lot, and in different ways, and ask for the price, and you have to know if it will work or not. And if it won't work, great, just fail fast, it's perfect, and just try something else.
Have you seen any major pivot? Because you pushed some startup, some project to go ask clients, more clients go on the street, ask for pricing, and validate the business model. Has anyone ever come back to and say, okay, we need to pivot?
Yes, several times. I try to come out with some example. We usually have it more during on our other activities, but during the Accelerator, for example, Elredo wanted to start with something like Netflix for books. And I think it will happen, but lately, because of course the book industry is very old and old-fashioned, and it's, I think, very slow in some ways. And so they started with an app called Elredo, just for the audioteca, like audioteca, or like for listening for the books, but not like the Netflix. So they validated that with their potential B2B clients, like publishers, that they have to wait with this and negotiate it.
I love the example that you chose as Netflix, because Netflix
it's not my idea. It was Matej's. It was perfect.
Netflix itself went through a major pivot, right? Because it was, if I am correct, I think they started as a renting DVD service, and now they are what they are. I think to this day the only streaming service making some real money. So well, good for them, starting as a renting movie renting company.
And there are several examples like this from the world.
You mentioned that, they need to go on street and ask clients, that you push them to validate even before they start the acceleration program for them to be accepted. It kind of seems that you push founders quite a lot to go and ask. We will talk about feedback later on, but that kind of brought me to question, do you think all of them need to be extroverts? Do you believe that, founder necessarily needs to be that person who goes out and asks, will you pay for that? How much you will pay for that? Do you want it blue?
No, not much. I think they don't need to be the extrovert. They have to have their vision. They have to know what they want to achieve, and they have to know maybe their limits. What can they do, and for what they need some other partners or employees or co-founders in the best way.
And you do this matchmaking as well?
This matchmaking is also doing in the second project.
In the second project,
yeah. We will talk about later.
Yeah, the more early stage one.
Yeah. For these startups, we usually do more because they are in the go-to-market phase. So usually there are more than one founder already in the startup. So there are three of them, and they have to decide who will do what. Because usually everybody is doing everything during the first year of the startup. So we are trying to help them to find out their role with the startup. Who will be the CEO, because he is more extrovert and he will speak about it and he will come with contacts, network, whatever. And maybe who is more technical and want to be in the role of the CTO and whatever you imagine, but they have to define their roles and they have to talk about it. It's sometimes also very heavy for them, because everybody wants the best for the startup, but during the time you find out that you can't do anything or everything, and that not everything fits you.
Yeah, both vision and egos can collide.
Yeah.
Did you have any breakups during
Yes.
like co-founders saying we can't do it anymore?
Yes.
Going two separate ways?
Yeah, several times. Usually we try to help them. It starts if they have any kind of legal agreement between them, of course. Usually they don't. So it's the first thing we are talking in our progresses during the acceleration, and I ask them, do you have it on paper? No, we discuss it, we know everything. Of course, no problem. We are partners, we are friends.
No prenups.
Yeah, sure. And then something happened. It doesn't matter what. Maybe there's no money, or the co-founders have different visions what to do and how to invest, or if they want or not. They didn't want the investor, so they want to separate. And then the problem becomes, because they have no paper, maybe there's some kind of valuation of the startup already, and now what? So we try to help them with some coaches, mediators, etc.
Yeah, that's one of my question.
Yeah.
If you are providing any marriage co-founder
yes, we can help with that. We can give them a lawyer for 1 week, but they can of course but we can give them some consultations, but we can provide them a coach for 10 hours, so the coach can help them.
At what point do you think that that they should divorce? Like, is there any timestamp in that you think, okay, now it's the time to bring legal on and help them divide their ways?
It depends. Usually is when they have total different visions.
Yeah.
And they can't speak together anymore.
Oh, can't speak together. Yeah, that is...
This is definitely you have to separate. But sometimes it comes earlier and in very nice mood. So no legal service needed.
So sometimes
Yeah, sure,
breakups,
of course. But some
can be
breakups
gentle.
are not very nice, and they can go better when you have the legal papers
Okay,
with you.
clear.
Yeah, it's
clear
clearer,
cuts.
it's faster, and yeah.
We already started with the bank motivation.
Mm-hmm.
Why should a financial institution, big corporate, why do they do it? What is there for startups? Because usually, only with one exception, I think, you don't invest. So it's not
Yeah.
many carrots. It's
No,
something
no,
else.
no.
So what's there for startups?
For startups, I always told them we don't give you any money and we ask any money. We don't ask any money. So it's for free for them, but I think this is not the biggest motivation for them.
But startup founders at early stage, they want their stuff to be
sure.
free,
But if the program won't give you nothing,
yes, why would you do it?
why would you do it? So because it's their time, and their time costs, of course, some money. So the biggest motivation for founders and startups, from the feedback I got from these founders and from the alumni community we have, is because we really help them. Yeah, sorry, in a different ways, because we have some kind of workshops, and you can imagine workshops like you are sitting all day in some kind of class or meeting room, and you're listening, and after one day you just leave and you know nothing. I think everybody had in the past some
it's
kind
not
of
just my university.
Yeah. And this is the way we are not doing it, because we are trying to be as more practical as you can imagine. So during our one-day workshops, which are every month, and the founders have to come for them, but you are working on your own startup with the lecturers, with the experts. So for example, when we have workshop about value proposition, you are working on your value proposition for your startup, and after the day, you have around 80% of the value proposition done. The work, of course, not everything and not 100%. I don't want to say it's 100% because it's not true. You have to test it, you have to work with the value proposition and go on, but you know how to use it, when to use it, how to discover the value proposition of it. So this is, I think, our big motivation for startups, because we are practical, and of course we have some kind of network. We can connect people with investors, and also with people from the bank, with the clients. It depends what they need, and we are really listening to them, what really they need.
Yeah, banks can open more doors than startups can.
Of course, yes. And so it's a combination of a lot of factors, and it's not so long, it's 5 months. And of course, we know that the startup is not working 24/7 for us for started, but once a month they come for the workshop where they do some job. And also we have once a month about 1 hour progress meeting, we call it, when we ask them what they need, where are they, if they're in a think of trouble in any kind of their startup life. And we try to find any solution we can. We provide them some legal consulting, marketing consulting. I don't know. It really depends on we have only 10 startups in one cohort.
Yes, and how many does apply? How many do you reject?
It's about 50 to 70 startups for one cohort. So we have to reject a lot of them. But some of them reply again and again. It's okay, because sometimes they are not ready for the acceleration, because
they don't have the validation.
For example, they are too early. So we give them some feedback, like do this, and this, and apply again in half a year. We have no problem with it. And we had several examples, like a cafe bike. They really wanted to come to start it. And I think for the third time they were succeed and they were perfect. But it was too early for them to start.
Absolutely makes sense. So this cohort that will be the 15.
Yes.
The 15, and there's up to 70 projects that apply, meaning that you went through hundreds of startups.
Yes.
And maybe seen like almost 1,000.
Yeah, maybe.
Are there any red flags in the project, like those kind of projects we don't want?
Of course, there's some kind of ethic, like
like gambling.
Army and whatever. I don't know. So it's the ethic part of the view, but like my red flags. When you want to go to the accelerator just for these contacts and because you want to connect with bank or with other partners, business partners, you don't need to go to accelerator. You can just write me and ask me if I can help you because you are ready and you just need a customer. But if you want to go to the program and you want to listen to the other people, not just me, of course, I'm not the wisest person in the world, but there's many mentors and experts and lecturers who can tell you what to do. You don't need to do, but you can think about it. And more people say you the same thing, you should think about it more.
So the most red flags are for founders' personalities.
Yes.
And not for projects themselves.
But it doesn't mean that they won't be succeed.
Yeah.
Of course, but they don't need acceleration. I just don't want to be rude.
Yeah, but sometimes it happens.
Yeah, of
the
course.
Startups then, manage to get the bank as their customer, even the mother group, right?
Yeah,
I think for Resistant AI.
Yes.
How did that happen?
It was a long process, I won't lie. They were in our accelerator. We helped them with some kind of pilot in bank. Because the problem with startups generally is that the big companies don't want to talk to them because they don't know them, and you can imagine what company like CSOB will tell why I want to talk to them. And so this is our role, that we ask our colleagues, can you just look at this startup and can you just look at Resistant AI? Maybe they are doing something that can help bank with some process. And it happened. And bank found out that in the pilot, the solution was better than the solution bank already had. So then they applied for a tender for the whole mother group, and they won it. But
how long did it take?
I think
from the first presentation, from the first email asking, could you come and see this startup? This could really help you.
It was nearly 2 years, I'm afraid. But
it's still a light speed for corporate.
Yeah, but you have client who is in 5 different countries in Europe, so I think that's not bad.
That's definitely not bad. You are working in the Startup Accelerator. Now it will be 6 years soon, right?
Yes.
And startups, they live in dog years. So, not dog days, hopefully. Do you think that the founders, mainly personalities, that it changed during those 6 years? Are they maybe more flexible? Or is it the same or hustle as before?
I think that they are now not so afraid to talk about their ideas because they know that the execution is the crucial part. 6 years ago, it was more that I won't tell you my idea because somebody will steal it. And now it's, I think this behavior is changing, and also they are more maybe
so you mean they are like less shy?
Yes, exactly, thank you. They are less shy, and they are not worried about asking help, for example, as well, because I think it's
so
normal.
Maybe more humble as well.
Yes.
You work with startups in Prague, in the capital city, but also in the regions.
Yes.
Who needs more steak and who needs more carrots?
I think there is a bigger support in the region now than it was 6 years ago, and I'm really glad because of these states innovation centers, and it really works good. And I think it doesn't depend if they are from Prague or from region, because it's really up to the personality and individuality of the founder. So mostly we have, of course, startups from Prague because he's the center. But as well, we had a lot of them from Brno and also from Slovakia, which I'm glad because CSOB
It's
is
Czechoslovak, right?
Yes, and we have CSOB in Slovakia, but not started, not yet.
Okay, right.
So
the Slovak startups can apply as well.
Yes.
It's very cool to hear. We already mentioned young people and students. You organize for them the validation camps, which is earlier than the acceleration process. Why do you do that? Like, is that a filter for the acceleration
I'm bored,
program?
so I'm doing that.
Yeah, so you have a lot of free time.
Yeah, sure. I have nothing to do during my weekend, so I just decided 2 years ago with my colleague and ex-leader Zuzka that, okay, let's do something on weekends. No, I'm kidding. It was because we found out that there's a lot of founders who start startups. They are over 30. It's more than 50% of them. So we were thinking what to do to help young people start business. It don't need to be innovative like in startups or like in startups. So it doesn't matter what is it, but some kind of business. And also you don't need to have any ideation, but probably you can match with somebody who has the ideation. And
so just motivation is enough.
Yes, the motivation is enough. So, and of course, it's a kind of pipeline for our accelerator, but in a long term. But there were some projects who were in these validation camps and already then just applied for accelerator, like ReKrabice, young guys. They were 18 when they started, and it's just perfect. And then they went to accelerator, and the project is still alive, and they have some contract.
What a use case! Yes, that's very nice.
So that's perfect. So that was the idea, and of course, because students during the week are in the school, so we are really doing it during weekend. And the weekend now in March, we have one camp and 80 students applied. So
80,
yeah. So it will be really tough.
And so what happens if you throw 80 students, Gen Z or alphas into one melting pot and tell them to create something during the weekend?
Yeah, it's sometimes funny, and we ask them to do things they don't want to do. So which is
talk to other people.
Yeah,
talk
sure.
On the phone.
Talk to other people. First of all, come here in front of everybody, of every 80 people, and tell us what idea do you have, and you have to pitch it. So, and people or students who has no idea have to pitch themselves. So everybody has to pitch in front of the auditorium. So this is the first thing, and then we are teaching them how to ask people about their project, if it is it livable in the future. And we really kick them off the building and tell them, go out and ask your customers. So yeah, and they go.
They go.
Yeah, that's perfect. They really go and they ask, usually in groups, of course. And I'm just telling them,
I'm smiling. I don't have issue with that as well. So I completely get that.
Yeah, it's not very comfortable, but they really do it because they want to learn something, and they love their project, and they want to try to make it live. So they really go, and then they are coming back and telling us, okay, it was a little bit hard for us in the beginning, but really thank you, because we found out this, and maybe we will change it a little bit because they don't want it like this, they don't want a different way. So that's perfect. So after 3 days of this, I call it hackathon. It's not hackathon, but I call it privately a hackathon. After these 3 days, which are really from 9 to 6, from Friday to Sunday, they could go out for whatever in the swimming pool, but they are staying with us in the room and trying to learn something. And at the end of the day, of the Sunday, they are going to pitch their final project, and it is perfect because they came on Friday with an idea. I will sell bubblegums, and at the end on Sunday they have the whole business plan done.
For bubblegums.
For bubblegum, for example.
No other guns allowed. Where do you stand on those very often the and frequent criticism of young people, like, you know, students are lazy, they are comfortable?
No, I don't. I don't agree. I don't
because
agree.
there's such a criticism of young
I think,
people
of course, they may
in
be
the media
yeah.
discourse.
Sorry, maybe they are, but I'm meeting students who wants to do something, and after these 3 days, I'm really tired. I'm exhausted. And not only me, also the mentors, other people. It's not about me only, but I'm also happy because the world is really okay still, because there's a young generation who wants to do something, who want to change something. And a lot of time we have some kind of impact projects, sustainability projects, and it's really nice. So I don't have this feeling. Yes, of course, in every generation there are people who don't want to do anything, and there are people who wants to do some change, or who wants to do something. It doesn't matter what. So I'm maybe the other kind.
Oh, well, you know, still positive.
Yeah, I'm still positive.
Me too.
I have 2 kids.
Agree.
I has to be still positive.
Maybe some stereotypes are right, like the one, you know, that I do share, and that is nobody wants to pick up a phone and phone anywhere.
Yeah, sometimes I really also don't want to pick the phone.
You want something text.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter how you will do it, but you will do it. So it doesn't matter if you pick up the phone or you text it, but the thing will happen, and that's the point. If this young generation will do it somehow, so it's fine. Maybe they will have different way.
Maybe they'll have a different way. Yeah, definitely. Is there one characteristic that you would like every founder or future founder have before they open your door?
That they will listen to us. Just listen. Then they will decide what to
listen
do.
And agree? No.
No. Just listen.
And hear you.
Yeah.
In one of your previous interviews, you said that you are yourself, that you are a startup. What did you mean by that?
I started after 6 years on maternity leave, and during 6 years
with startups must be
and
quite a hoop.
Yeah, I even didn't know what startup means, honestly. So
nobody does. It's okay.
Yeah, I know, but I had to work with them. So with my first cohort, it was the third one. I just went there and I told them, okay, I'm such a startup as you are, because with you I will learn how to help you, and I'm learning all the time. That's why I love my job, because every 5 months I have 10 different innovations which I have to learn how it works, and I have to pitch them for another people. So now in my head I have more than 100 pitches about our startups, and that's the process. So I was feeling like a startup because I didn't know the process, and how can I help them.
And do you think that you are becoming smarter, or is it like Socrates, the more you know, the less you know?
Yeah. More like Socrates, but I am still more clever at home than my children, but they're too young. So
okay. Yeah, wait till they're teenagers.
Sure. Yeah.
By the way, I need to ask, was it Socrates, right? I am asking the people in the background. If I need to cut this would be, my mom would kill me. Thank you. And my last question is, what is the weirdest food you've ever eaten?
It was with startups.
Oh, of course it
was.
Of course. Was it, plain spaghetti with ketchup?
No, it was, I was in a jury in Soutěž and Podnikej.
In competition.
Yeah, the competition of, I think, 3 years ago.
Compete and do business.
Yeah. Exactly. Thank you.
That's the name of the competition.
Yes. And one of the projects, they made pate from worms.
Oh, pate from worms.
Yeah, and of course when
protein.
and they came in front of the jury and they asked us to taste it, and I was in the first round. So of course
First canary in the mind.
Yeah, for sure you won't tell the guys who were 17, 18, no, sorry. Say yeah, sure, nice, but it was really tasty. It was really fine. And then
it would be worse if they pick up the worms in front of you.
Yeah, and my colleague in the jury, he was watching me, and then he said, "Okay, you didn't die. I will taste it as well." So it was great.
True canary in the mind.
So maybe this was this. I know it's in future. Maybe everybody will eat it, and it was really tasty. So it was weird, but it was fine.
It was weird and fine, and it's true about us and worms and also startup life. So bon appetit, everybody! Thank you, Marketa, for being with us today.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you.